Welcome to this discussion. This is corporate and commercial practice. Introduction. The aim of the module is to develop an understanding of the Ghana banking and financial services business and it's associated with risks given the ever-evolving regulatory regime. Students should be able to understand the setup and operation of financial services and financial institution business. They should be able to offer legal advice on the rights and obligations that flow from the business relationship. So basically, as far as this workshop is concerned, we shall be looking at banks, how are they established, what are the licensing requirements. We shall look at microfinance or MDIs, how are they established, what are their requirements, what are their licensing requirements. We shall look at money lending companies. We shall look at saving and cooperative societies and basically how they are established. The aim of the module is to develop ability to advise on the setup of financial services and financial institution businesses, to evidence ability to advise on various aspects of banker-customer relationship, develop ability to use up financial services and financial institution businesses, develop ability to structure the management and financial services and financial institutions, and develop the ability to organize and resolve issues relating to financial services and financial institution businesses. By the end of this module, you will be able to explain the principles relating to banker-customer relationship and establishment of financial services institutions, to illustrate the structure of financial services and financial institution businesses, 3 illustrate statutory compliance of financial services and financial institution businesses, 4 draft documents relating to financial services and financial institution businesses, and organize and deal with ESCO issues. Workshop 1, the aim of these workshops are to enhance ability to advise on various aspects of the bank-customer relationship, enhance ability to determine rights, duties, and liability in a banker-customer relationship, and recognize and deal with ESCO issues arising out of a banker-customer relationship. Part A, Jacqueline Brown has recently changed employment from Pride Bank to Equity Bank. Her new employment has come with added benefits, including promotion from supervisor to branch manager of the overseas small branch of Equity Bank. She used to maintain a bank account with Stanbic Bank for sentimental reasons because her late mom used to work with Stanbic Bank. She has been informed by the human resource manager Equity Bank that she must open a bank account with Equity Bank because it is madness to expect her employer Equity Bank to remit its money to a rival bank, Stanbic Bank. Further, Equity Bank has an exclusive banking relationship with Equity Bank employees circle. As a result of this relationship, one of the benefits is that the employees of Equity Bank are members of the Equity Bank employees circle and access and secured salary loans at a market-friendly rate of 8%, as opposed to prevailing market rates of 21%. Jocelyn is informed that she can only benefit from this arrangement if she receives her salary through the bank as the rest of the employees do. It will be easier for the organization to pay her emoluments due to the relationship between the circle and the bank. Jocelyn has been slowly building her house and has reached the financial stage. She desires to complete the houses and enter into so as to save on the rent she pays. She concession repayment period of up to 120 months. These concession terms of the loan would be far-fetched if Jocelyn assesses to be employed by Equity Bank for any reason whatever and market rates. So Jocelyn is very cautious and risk-averse. She has come to you as a prime corporate advocate in MC. Advise the relationship arising between Equity Bank circle members of Equity Bank who have accounts in Equity Bank and Jocelyn. So basically here we shall look at who is the customer of the bank and basically under what circumstances does one become a customer of the bank. And case law have said that one is said to be a customer of the bank once you open a bank account. Then B, the propriety and lawfulness of the terms and conditions imposed by Equity Bank vis-a-vis her salary payment and loan offer. So basically, I shall discuss the bank customer relationship, basically what is expected of the bank customer relationship, and the duty to honor instructions, among others. The advantage and disadvantages of having a salary loan with a repayment period of 120 months as opposed to 72 months. What are the implications of the terms of the loan and the silent features of Annexure A in relation to the bank customer relationship, and the import of clauses 26.4 and 26.5. So basically, this part 1 we shall be looking at the bank customer relationship. When does it arise, and at what point is one said to become a customer of the bank? And we shall be looking at different case laws, because different case laws have defined that the person becomes a customer of the bank after opening a bank account. Then part B, Mr. Joachim states that on 28th day of February 2024, he applied for a salary loan from Jongoro Bank Limited in the sum of 160 million. Jongoro Bank Limited approved the loan application on account of Ms. Mapela's employment with Zen Telecom Limited. On one occasion, Joachim affected an electronic transactions to transfer money to the landlord. He was shot by a sum of 4.5. The bank went ahead and effected the instruction but added the amount to the loan amount. It was a condition precedent to the terms of the loan agreement that Jongoro Bank would take out an insurance policy to cover a repayment of the loan in the event of death. First word, Mr. Mapesa was unfortunately terminated from employment 7 months after disbursement of the loan. He was paid his termination benefits by the employer through his account. He was indebted to the bank to the sum of 35 million, which included the amount evidenced by the bank when he effected an electronic transactions pay to his landlord. Advise Mapesa on his liabilities to the bank in light of the bank combining 3.7 advanced with the existing loan. So basically, how we shall interrogate whether the banks have a right to combine accounts, and we have different cases. The FCU and the Shobia, the courts have said that if there is any agreement which forbids the banks to combine different accounts, then they can be in legal position to do that. And then also we shall have to interrogate the issue of the overdraft, whether they can give the overdraft to this person if it has not been expressly stated, and also insurance policy taken out, because since this loan was insured and then has been terminated, then of course they should recover from the insurance. The import of his undertaking to pay the bank in view of his contested liability. Part C, we have James, a successful businessman with a corporate USD account with Absa Bank. James owns a steering of large hardware stores countrywide and deposits large sums of money in the USD account on a weekly basis. James is an old school and walks to the bank almost every day to pay his many suppliers. Bank proceeds from the stores and transact. His personal relationship manager at the bank, the beautiful Jean, has convinced him that it would be easier for him to pay his numerous suppliers by using the bank's online payment system, which is secure and which would save him from numerous trips to the bank weekly. James has since embraced the online payment system for all the banking and is obsessed with it. He wonders how he ever lived without it. This has endeared Jean to him, and he has in turn been a generous sponsor of high exclusive lifestyle. 5 months ago, while in the bank, he told Jean that he was leaving for India for virtual surgery and to explore some business opportunities with Tata, and would be away for 4 months. He gave her a gift of expensive jewelry and told her he would miss her immensely. To his further shock and hammer, he found out that his Stanbic Bank Visa debit card is missing from his wallet. He had not bothered to look for it since he was out of the country and did not need to use that account. Advise James on the liability of Nastel to him, if any, for the massive financial loss he has suffered. Do take into consideration the attached network terms and conditions. So basically here, we shall discuss the bit of the bank under fraud I understand that you have a duty to report to the bank as a customer in case of suspicious transactions. The liability of Absa Bank, if any, in the circumstances. The liability of Stanbic Bank, if any, in the circumstances, take into consideration the terms and conditions here to attach as an extra F. So basically, in analyzing the liabilities of these different banks, we shall be guided by the principle that once there is a suspicious transaction, you ought to inform the bank, but of course you shall have to look at those annexures being positioned to reconcile the position. Part C2, John Magume is the managing director of Transformers Limited, has an account with Stanbic Bank where they also use electronic banking and have a debit visa card ref annex for the applicant's T&C. Opus initiated a payment of garnishes 1.9 at Savannah Hotels, traveled at Chihi, Western Uganda to stay in Savannah Hotel. He logged onto Google and searched Eastern Asia. In fact, the email confirmation from the hotel after payment had phone numbers with a country code of Cambodia, but Jones had not realized this. It was not until John contacted Savannah, sent an email to Stanbic Bank. Mr. Jack got back to him because at the nature of the debit card transactions, he was told his only remedy is to fill in a claims form which would be sent to Visa to recover the money if possible. As such, Jack Boer reiterated to Jones that there was nothing the bank could do at this stage. Task CD1 advised Jones on the liability of Stanbic Bank if at all in the circumstances, and assumed that Transformers Limited signed up the internet banking for its account with Absa Bank. The further terms and conditions attached as an extra D. So basically here what you can see, because now the banks have a duty to honor instructions, so if you made a mistake, you cannot then now turn out to blame the bank. So basically that's what is happening here, because this person paid and it seems the one who made the mistake. So Part B assumed Transformers Limited applied and was appointed a banking agent to Stanbic Bank. On the 1st of July 2025, the general manager received a complaint from Jimmy Okot. However, after another week, Mr. Jimmy approached MC and complied that he had made several visits to the office of Transformers Limited. MC approached Centenary Bank, where Transformers Limited maintained bank accounts, and raised the complaint with the bank manager. Thus, for the time, the rights and obligations of all the parties above. So basically, shall look at the liabilities of the bank as a principal and liabilities of the agent and duties. Advise Centenary Bank on its liability. The bank is always liable for the acts of the agent, among others. So basically, that will be for workshop one, what we shall basically be looking at. But in case you want a discussion group that discusses past papers, then we are here to serve you. We are simplifying the complicated. Always on Tuesday and Wednesday of every week, we discuss past papers. So workshop 2, the aim of this workshop is to develop ability in advise on the regulatory framework governing various financial institutions and financial services. We have ability to set up financial services and financial institutions. Part A, Okot and Jema Kato are long-time friends with previous. We are doing businesses of dealing in electric vehicles. Recently, Ogwanga and James met with Okero Annabel, who was the former branch manager of Bank Africa. The trio decided to incorporate a company by the name of Cybertron, capital of 4 billions. They expect another 2 billions capital. Annabel has convinced Mr. Godbill, and recently refined head of auditing here, has agreed to invest over 50 millions. What's the legality of the advancement of soft loans by Ogwang? Basically, soft loans, for you to advance soft loans, there must be a money lending company. So that means you can't advance soft loans if you don't have a money lending company, and you must be licensed. What are the possible financial investments? We shall look at MDI or microfinance and bank, but this can't be a bank because we need 150 millions. what are the licensing requirements and procedures to set up the most appropriate financial investment vehicle. So the most appropriate financial investment vehicle here is going to be an MDI in light of the financial incapabilities. What is appropriate of Goodrich and Benson's capital contribution? Part B, assuming that after incorporation, Cybertron partnered with Platinum Holdings Limited, company of Platinum, a financial institution licensed to offer financial services. Cybertron Limited and Platinum Holdings decided to form what they termed as special purpose vehicle investment portfolio. CPV lent a sum of Uganda shillings 13.8 million. In order to ensure compliance, CBV agreed that GGL would help depositing money from the clients Platinum Holdings Zambia. Unfortunately, GGL has fallen on in hard times. The rising cost of raw materials, import taxes, and high fuel costs have rendered the project unavailable. As such, the solar power grid that was poised to bring in massive revenue when connected to the grid has stalled halfway, and while elephant in Bari is clear. Advice on the nature and relationship between Cybertron, Platinum Holdings, and Platinum Bank Uganda Limited, whether CPV can recover the money lent to GGL. So basically here we have the cases of Diamond Trust Bank versus HAM. That was the same issue which was being discussed, whether Cybertron Ventures can realize the securities. We shall look at how do you perfection of securities and realization, the steps to be taken to realize the securities, the offenses that may have been committed, and the best way to structure the relationship between CPV and Platinum Bank. Part C, assume that Ogwang, Jeremiah, Annabeth, Godwill, and Benson failed to get the business invested in Part A above off ground. As a result, Annabeth and Benson pulled out, leaving Ogwang, Jeremiah, and Cocoa forming and turned up with a progressive group of 68 coffees and cocoas. They intended to set up an entity. So basically, we shall be discussing cooperative societies, their establishment, and the requirements. That will be for workshop 2. That's what we shall be basically be looking at. Workshop 3, Bad Boy secured loan financing from Bank of Africa, the tune of USD 4 million. Pursuant to the foregoing, mortgage was secured by the bank and on land comprised by the Block 00. BBL diligently serviced its debt liability up to till COVID-19, which greatly affected their business. Hilton Hotels and Apartments sought financing from Bank of Africa. Bank of Africa rejected the application for refinancing, which resulted in Hilton Hotels and Apartments pulling out of the business transaction with BBL. Bank of Africa, later on its own violation, offered a restructure of the credit facility, and with Hilton Hotels, BBL duly accepted the terms of the structure as it's provided therein. BBL therefore sought the return of its property pledged as security for its loan, and which demand was ignored. BBL has since been surprised to receive a notice of sale of its pre-mortgaged property. See notice of sale. Instructions: one firm will represent BBL and the other will represent bank. So basically this will be the model we shall be looking at, where we have a notice of sale of the mortgage property attached here 2 and marked as annexure C. So basically that is it for this workshop. In case you need a discussion group for past papers, please you can reach us on 075 6767 on our WhatsApp. Thank you. Please have a success in your IAs.